This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We got game 2 of our doubleheader just about ready to go. It's Alamogordo versus Lovington. Alamogordo won the first game of their doubleheader, 10-2. Lovington just playing one today. They played Ruidoso yesterday. And early today, Valencia and Roswell played. And then yesterday it was Da Vinci versus Roswell, Da Vinci versus Valencia here at the Alamogordo Invitational. So it's been a few days full of baseball, and it'll wrap up tomorrow. Tigers hoping to play in the 3 p.m. game. I think Lovington beat Ruidoso. So if Alamo wins, whoever wins this game plays the late game. The team who plays or who loses this game will play game number 2. And the early game, Ruidoso, we know for sure is going to be in that one. I didn't see some of the other scores from yesterday. So we'll just have to come out and find out who's playing. That's what I'd say for the schedule tomorrow. But I think it goes 10, 12:30, 3 or 3:30, something like that is the schedule tomorrow. And just a heads up, we will not be on the air with that one tomorrow. I'm making the trip up to Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho for Alamogordo boys basketball as they compete in the state playoffs. So just a heads up with that in our broadcast schedule. All right, we're ready to go here, and the Tigers pitcher for game 2 is going to be Billy Copeland, and his first pitch will miss a little bit outside to Peyton Thurman, who's the leadoff hitter for the Lovington Wildcats. Both teams wearing white, and that pitch is going to miss high, and 2-0 now to Thurman. Tigers still in their white pinstripes, and doesn't look like pinstripes for Lovington, but blue numerals for them. Tigers with their black numerals outlined in gold. Copeland missing a little bit. Start early here, 3-0. Behind home plates, Clifford Phillips or Ethan Phillips. 3-0. Outside. So it's a 4-pitch walk to begin the game for Copeland. And this is definitely one of those times throughout the year that you test your pitching staff. And, if you're playing in the postseason later in the year, it's one of those things that, you'll need the depth. And, especially if you're playing for state championship level, you're going to be playing 3 games in 3 days. So, and there for a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Jude Madrid. Let's get to the rest of the Tigers' defensive setup. Preston Eldred will be at first base. Aiden Tupper's at second. Shortstop is A.J. Paz. And the third baseman is Brandon Williams. As we await the 0-1 with a runner on first. In the dirt, and that's going to kick away to the backstop. Runner will advance to second easily. And the count is 1-1. Field for the Tigers, Aiden McGinnis in left. Center field is Cade Kiss. Right field is Jaden Ruiz. And the subs for the Tigers, Jace Thompson, Nico Carrillo. Sometimes I need the first names on some of these. Fortunately, some of baseball, they like to just put the first initial there. As this one is fouled off and may still be in play. And Phillips never saw it. That's always tough for a catcher. Try to throw off the mask and then spot it. And so it'll fall behind home plate. But that was in play, and it's a couple things. To spot it, one, and then making a catch on a fly ball with a catcher's mitt, from my perspective, is not an easy thing to do. So I'm not sure anybody else on the field for the Tigers saw that. But 1-2 the count, runner on second. Jude Madrid at the plate for the Lovington Wildcats. Ooh, and that one comes in and hits him. And so a walk and a hit batsman. And a rough start here for Copeland with a couple of runners on. I'll tell you what, Preston Eldred had something similar as well in the first game. He loaded the bases, didn't give up a hit, but I think he had a hit by pitch and 2 walks, or think it was an error and 2 walks. He settled down nicely, went 6 innings, struck out 10, allowed only 2 runs. Had a really good game, so who knows. Going back to the Tigers reserves, Nico Carrillo, A.J. Collazo, number 10, number 15, Daniel Silva, number 16, Christian Brown, Levi Ramirez, number 9, number 18, Jackson Cole, number 21, Carter Galbraith. Here's a ground ball, left side of the infield. That is snagged. They get 1 at second and not able to turn anymore, but keep the double play in order. They do get an out, but there is a runner on third with 1 down, and that was, by the way, Auden Paredes there, who grounded into the fielder's choice. As that goes 5-4. He's on first. Madrid is out, so there's 1 down in the inning. And it's at the corners here for Lovington with Juan Sepulveda coming to the plate, the pitcher and the cleanup hitter for the Wildcats. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1. See if they try to send the runner here. Force Phillips to have to make a decision about making a throw out to second base. Also try to take the double play out of order. 0-1's in the dirt. Runner does go. It just leaked away from Phillips. And so the double play is out of order for the Tigers. And it's second and third. And 1-1 the count at the plate. Looks like Lovington posts their statistics. That'll be nice to have tonight. Sepulveda hitting .600 on the season. 21 at-bats, 21 plate appearances, 15 at-bats, and he's got 9 hits and 9 RBIs. And he hits this one in the air deep to left center field. That one is easily going to get out near, well, not towards the wall, but it's going to score at least 1 run, and he's got a double. And Lovington takes a 1-0 lead. So Thurman scores on the play. Paredes moves over to third base. And it'll bring up Fidencio Lujan. Lujan hitting .400 on the season. 5 RBIs, 4 hits, 6 runs scored for him. Hitting from the left-hand side and trying to add on to his team's 1-0 lead. Pitch is going to be in there for a called strike. And 0-1 to Lujan. That's in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. So just real quickly, the lineup for Lovington. Peyton Thurman led off, and then Jude Madrid second, Auden Paredes third, fourth in the order, Juan Sepulveda. And so that's got us at Lujan here. And hard hit ground ball to third. They'll go home and apply the tag. Oh, they say that he did not apply the tag there. Boy, I don't know about that. It looked like he had got him. Boy, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. It looked like he had him easily. Well, and I think the other question maybe that Coach Winrow had is that did he go outside the base path to get away? But Phillips, I mean, he reached out and tagged him, and he thought right away that he had tagged him. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that seemed like from up here pretty clear that he had touched at least some part of him. And a swing and a miss, and this one going to kick away, and it's now 3-0 as the run scores. And then catcher going to throw it into the outfield, and they're going to try to score another run, and they will. So it's 4-0 Lovington. Tigers coming a little bit unraveled here. Well, on what should have been a second out from my perspective up here. But obviously the umpire a little bit closer than I am, but you can definitely put a little bit on maybe not making sure if you're, Phillips did not hear an out call, and he didn't stick with the runner afterwards. So try to get all of that correct. So Lujan, that was a fielder's choice. And I don't know if you call that an error, but 5-2. And that allowed Paredes to score. And then on the wild pitch, there definitely was a throwing error, as this one is hit to the right side of the infield. Good range there from Tupper to get over there, and he makes the throw to first for the out, 4-3, and there's 2 down. So on that play, boy, Lujan raced all the way around and scored on that when he got to first after the ground, what was essentially a ground out, and he came all the way around and scored on that play. That good hustle from him. I'm sitting there trying to do all that in my head thinking, who ended up being the 4th run there? Here's a chopper by Dallas Barrera. This is going to go foul at the third base line. And the count evens up at 1-1. Now, it changed the course of the inning. I mean, you're talking about an inning that probably ends up being just 1 run, and now it's 4 runs. And, whether it was a good call or bad call, it was a call that affected everything that happened there. Pitch misses high. Well, we'll see if the Tigers can bounce back. They hit the ball pretty well in the first game. We'll see if they can do it again here in game 2. Swing and a miss. Outside it misses, and that's a walk. So to bring up Abraham Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the center fielder, up for his first at-bat. So walk, hit by pitch, 1 hit in this inning and 4 runs have come across. Wild pitch and an error led to 2 runs coming in. And then a misapplied tag, which I guess that goes in error, so that's a second error. I don't know. I don't think you really call that an error. Just, I guess, credit to the runner for managing to avoid it. In there for a strike, 0-2. And I think what happened there is, time called. Phillips was keeping an eye on what was going on the rest of the base pass, and so he thought he had applied the tag and then was looking around to see where to throw instead of just following it in with the man at the plate. And here's a high fly ball out to left field, and should be routine, and it is. Pulled it down left by Aiden McGinnis, and the inning is over, but the Tigers surrender 4, commit 2 or 3 errors, whichever way you want to look at it. A wild pitch, do give up 1 hit. So just 1 RBI in the inning for Lovington. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Tigers will try to answer back. Don't have to get it all, but need at least a run or two to kind of get some momentum. You listen to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
This is AJ from First National Bank. Tax scammers are active. The IRS and First National will never call or text for your personal information. Don't click refund links, use strong passwords, and report any suspicious account activity to your bank.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Well, welcome back. The Tigers up to hit for the first time. Aiden Tupper will lead it off. And he'll swing and miss the first offering as the pitcher Juan Sepulveda gets that in there for the first pitch here in the bottom of the first. Lovington leading 4-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. That'll be big for Lovington. Sepulveda can come out here and lock down the Tigers after they were able to take advantage of some Alamogordo miscues on this inside. And the count's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Sepulveda gets him out with a strikeout. And it should be noted in the last game as well for the Tigers. It was first inning they struck out the side, so long way to go here for Alamogordo, even if they don't get something going in this bottom of the first inning. But they do trail 4-0. They'll get one more game tomorrow when they face off against either Valencia, Roswell, or Da Vinci. That one's going to go to the backstop as Sepulveda lost the handle on it. The 1-0. Called strike, and the count evens at 1-1. Kiss came with a hit and RBI in the first game. And missing inside. Have to anticipate that Cade's going to pitch in Saturday's game. I would think probably more than fair to argue that he's the ace of the Alamogordo staff. In the dirt, 3-1. Lovington's schedule so far this year, 4-1. And beat Nimi 16-7. They beat Chaparral 16-4 and 7-0 in a doubleheader at home. Lost to Clovis 34-5. Don't see that very often. Here's one hit the opposite way for Kiss. The lefty goes out to left field. And the ball was slightly misplayed out there, but not going to let him get to second. And the Tigers have a base runner. So to bring up Preston Eldred, coming off a very solid pitching performance for the Tigers in Game 1 of the doubleheader. And Ruidoso, or I should say Lovington, beat Ruidoso yesterday 22-12. A busy week for Lovington. That's 4 games in 5 days. That's a lot for sure. Swing and a miss for Eldred, and it's 0-1. But they are 4-1 on the season. Tigers now 3-1 after that win over Ruidoso. And this is hit in the air out to right field. And this may get beyond the right fielder. It will. That's going to get out near the wall. Eldred should get to second. Kiss is going to go ahead and try to score. The throw in is going to be well away. They were trying to get the man at second. And the Tigers do get a run here after giving up 4 in the top half. RBI double for Preston Eldred. As the right fielder, I think, kind of came in on it initially and then had to try to go track it down. As that continued to carry out towards right field. I'd say part of that was a well-hit baseball from Eldred, but I think a little bit of a misplay in the outfield. First pitch is going to drop in for a strike on McGinnis, and it's 0-1. I don't think McGinnis thought that one had fallen down in there, but as that's in the dirt. And the umpire, unfortunately, it got kind of down in between his legs, and it made it difficult for the Lovington catcher to make the play, Lucas Quintana. And so it allowed Eldred to advance to third on the play. So a deep fly ball could lay the Tigers' second run of the inning, trailing 4-1 in the bottom of the first. And that one kicks straight up, but will stay right near home plate, so it doesn't allow Eldred to do anything with it. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Hit in the air, out to center field. Should be enough to score the run. Caught. Eldred goes. Throw will be well off the mark. So easy score for Eldred. They're going to, coach is going to appeal over to third. And I don't think anybody going to see if he left early. Both umpires not even looking at it. They want him to check with the field umpire. I thought Preston didn't leave too early. But tell you what, Alamo, coaching staff probably would have gone livid there if that didn't get called, or if that got switched back around. So sac fly RBI for McGinnis. And the Tigers have cut the deficit down to 4-2. And Jaden Ruiz up at the plate. And first pitch into him is a strike. And Ruiz will swing and miss, and it's 0-2. That's certainly what the Tigers needed after that rough start. Just kind of get things settled down. And you kind of would have thought the team that had just finished playing a game wouldn't have had that happen, but as that one comes in, I think it went off the butt of the bat and ends up getting fouled off. I'm sure Ruiz rather take another foul ball that way and not have it go off his hand. 0-2. And a ground ball left side. And it's fielded cleanly. Toss on to first. That is going to get away. Ruiz is going to move on to second base, and so an error for Lovington. Yeah, you know what? I agree with Coach Sisko over there on the PA. I'll give Jaden the single because he had pretty much already legged that out by the time the throw got there. So we'll give him that. But E5 on the throw. You'll see Brandon Williams can continue his strong hitting from the first game. As the Tigers would love to make this just a one-run difference. Get some two-out hitting going here as the pitch misses. And 0-1. Or, I'm sorry, 1-0. But a good bounce back here from Alamogordo regardless of if they can bring in Ruiz. Fouled off. Well, no, actually, so it hit in foul territory, but then it went back into fair territory, and it'll be an easy grab over at first and a step on the bag for Angel Salas, and the inning is over. But the Tigers do net 2 runs. RBI for Eldred, RBI for McGinnis, and it's a 4-2 game here we go to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Tiger Baseball here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019, and we'll be back.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap to pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, top of the second inning. As the DH is swing and a miss for Paul Sanchez. And the first pitch is in for a strike as well, so it's 0-2. Continuing on the bump for the Tigers, Billy Copeland. And here's a ground ball. Hits the left side, nicely snagged by Williams, and he just rockets it over to first. Heck of a throw there from Brandon Williams. 5-3 on the putout. Nothing cooler than a third in what they do out there because, even a routine ground ball, it's a long way to throw it. And, somebody who just has the arm to make that play on a regular basis. It's one of the things I enjoy watching at the high school level because it's not necessarily a given in those situations. So good throw there. Good play by Williams. As Peyton Thurman at the plate. First pitch misses, so does the second as it'll go to the backstop. 2-0. So Lovington with 4 in the first, Tigers with 2. Copeland surrendered 2 walks, a hit by pitch, fielder's choice double. Outside, the 2-0 misses, 3-0. And it was the same thing that happened to Thurman to open up the game. He had a 4-pitch walk. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. Did pick up a ground out and a pop out. And this one is fouled off and out of play, and he's worked the count back 3-2. 2 fielder's choices, actually. Yeah, it was a wild inning. There was just 1 hit in the inning, but 4 runs came across. One was on a missed tag at home plate. They had the runner dead to rights. He tried to tack him about a quarter of the way up the line and missed him in the dirt as Copeland unable to get Thurman to offer at the breaking ball. So third walk surrendered and brings up Jude Madrid. Madrid, the righty, steps in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Runner goes. Phillips had to try to get that one out of the dirt. No throw attempted. So a stolen base for Thurman puts a runner on second. And the count 1-0 to Madrid. Now the wind has died down as the sun has gone down, so not too bad this evening. I mean, definitely a little chilly, but thankfully the breeze has gone away. We got a good crowd. A lot of Lovington fans here. The Valencia baseball team's in attendance as well, as that'll miss low, 2-0. And, of course, the Tiger fans here as well. And fouled off and out of play. 2-1. One out runner on second for Lovington here in the top of the second inning as they try to gather back some of that 4-run lead that they had. Game sitting at 4-2. Two-one. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Nice pitch there from Copeland. Here comes in the dirt. 3-2 now, so count goes full again. And then a spin by Copeland back towards second. Runner gets back, no throw. Auden Parides in the on-deck circle for Lovington. He scored in the first inning. And that one right in there for a strike. Good pitch from Billy Copeland as he picks up his first strikeout of the game. And there's two down. So Auden Parides comes up, the third baseman. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, and then eventually came around and scored. Swings and misses at that. Oh, I want to count to the number 3 hitter for Lovington. Here's the pitch. And that's in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. And a lot of games here early in the season for the Tigers. They've got a doubleheader next week against Santa Teresa, and then is that next week? Yeah, next week. And then the week after, they'll head over to the Artesia tournament. They'll get a little bit of a break in between districts. And of course, district is a lot. Nice play by the shortstop and a wonderful throw. Good defense there by the Tigers as out at short, A.J. Paz was able to get to a ball hit deep in the hole, and he threw it to the third baseman, Williams, and Williams able to apply the tag and get the third out of the inning. Really good defense. That was one that at minimum was going to probably have runners on the corners, and instead the Tigers are out of the inning here in the top of the second and get out of there with no runs scored. Wildcats leave one on. No hits, one walk, no Tiger errors, and a couple of really nice defensive plays for Alamogordo. We go to the bottom of the second. Tigers trailing 4-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Stay with us.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Banking should be personal. It's the comfort of being greeted by name, celebrating life's milestones, and staying connected to what matters most. Because when your bank truly knows you, you're never just another transaction. We're proud to support you on your financial journey and serve in the communities we call home. First National Bank, where community and commitment come together. Stop in today and experience the difference.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
LAJ paused the plate after making that wonderful play to finish up the inning defensively. He'll fly out to left field, though. And the first out of the inning. So to bring up Keegan Stagner. He had a very good first game, 3 RBIs. One of those on a double, the other one on a walk. Or I should say 2 on the double, 1 on the walk. Blown away, the pitch misses. Stagner check swung, but held up, and 1-0 to him. 7-8-9 in the order for the Tigers. Stagner and then Clifford Phillips coming up. As this is hit in the air to right field. And again, a misplay by the right fielder. He comes in on it, and it's going to get behind him out to the wall. And Stagner's going to end up at second on a double. If he goes back immediately, he's got that. I mean, it was right at him. But he came in on it, and just like the double from Eldred, it got past him. So a couple of tough plays there for Barrera out and right. So it'll be Clifford Phillips to the plate with a runner on second after the double from Stagner. And second extra base hit of the doubleheader of the day. And here's a ground ball to the left side. And throw on to first. That is not going to be time, and it's going to get away. And Stagner should be able to score easily. He does. I think Phillips probably gets there regardless. It was just sort of a softly hit ball in the infield and a tough play for the shortstop. As Madrid was charging on it. So we'll give a single to Phillips. Won't get the RBI because the run scored because of the bad throw. Chase Thompson comes in and will be the courtesy runner. And the first pitch going to be fouled off by Tupper, 1-0. But Tigers have almost all the way back after giving up 4 runs in the top of the first. They've now got it down to a 1-run difference. It's 4-3. With some really good patience and not getting too worked up with the fact that you had a bad first inning. And the pitch will be in the dirt. As Sepulveda misses, 1-1. So a single and a double. And a sac fly brought in 2 runs in the first. A double, a single, and a throwing error brings in a run here in this inning. And still just 1 out. Tupper will watch that one in the dirt. And it's 2-1. Runner on first with 1 out. Pretty big lead for Jace Thompson. He's surprised to see a pickoff. Nope, he goes. This one going to be popped up, though, and could be playable. Runner needs to get back. Oh, that dropped in play. Oh, no. They're going to get the force at second, though. Well, that worked out okay for Lovington because Thompson had to go back and cover first base on the pop-up. I will say Tupper probably should have already been at first base on the play. He was sort of watching it near home plate. I guess Thompson maybe in that spot needs to be a little bit further between the bags, but certainly looked like it was a play that Lovington was going to make, or it was going to be a foul ball. Hard hit ground ball in right at the second baseman. It's going to go off his glove, and Tupper going to go to third. Kessel end up at second. So the Tigers have second and third with two out, and Preston Eldred will end up with an opportunity to, if he hits one out to the gap again, give the Tigers the lead. So second and third, and Eldred, who has an RBI double, to the plate. And some miscues here in the inning. Really, the first error didn't really make a difference, but the error by the second baseman, and credit to Tupper on being aggressive to get to third. Same with Kiss as they push the tempo there a little bit. The 0-1. Eldred will watch that one miss inside, and the count is 1-1. And Eldred will get a piece of it. Fouled off to the backstop, 1-2. Lovington trying to hold on to their lead, up 4-3. Tigers with one run across already in the inning. So it's two errors. We'll call the one that dropped. That was essentially just a fielder's choice. It didn't go off anybody. The 1-2. That one comes up and in, and Eldred leans back and out of the way, 2-2. As Eldred steps back in. Runners on second and third. Big opportunity for the Tigers to take their first lead of this game here in the bottom of the second inning. Eldred going to watch that one miss. He thought high, but it's a called strike three, and the inning is over. So the Tigers leave two on. They do score a one run. Two errors in the inning for Lovington, and the Tigers have made it a one-run game. 4-3 after two on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Wants to pull that'll lead it off for the Lovington Wildcats at the top of the third. They lead the Alamogordo Tigers 4-3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Here is Billy Copeland, and he'll get in there for a called strike on the 1-0, and it's now 1-1. Here's the wind of the pitch. Well outside, 2-1. Copeland ready to go. Now one hop into the backstop. And he'll take a nice carom right back to the catcher. 3-1. Sepulveda RBI double in the first inning. And as we mentioned, this guy hitting north of 600 through his first 5 games this year. That was very good. 3-1. And here's a chopper to the right side. And Tupper going to get to it, make the throw to first, and 1 down. And it'll be Fidencio Lujan, who reached on the fielder's choice and score. That was the wild play of the inning. Because you had, just before that, the attempted tag out. I'm trying to remember how that went. Anyway, this is fouled off and back to the screen. No. It was Salas. No. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember how that sequence went in that inning. So, walk to Thurman. Paredes was on, reached the fielder's choice. It was second and third. As that'll get to the backstop. 1-1 the count. Sepulveda doubled. So that brought in the first run. Then it was a ground ball to third. And they went to throw home. And here's a ground ball to the right side again. This is going to be a really tough play for Sepulveda. That's going to get through. So it'll be a single for Lujan. Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to remember because did all 4 runs score in that one play where there was the attempted tag out? Or did it end up being I think it was a wild pitch that scored 1 run. Man, I'm having trouble remembering how that exact sequence went in the first inning. Pickoff throw to first. Runner will get back in time as Eldred applies the tag. Angel Salas at the plate. So he grounded out on a 4-3. Yeah, that was the second out of the inning, yeah. I'm trying to remember how that whole sequence went. There is a ground ball to the right side. This should be an easy play for Tupper. He'll get the 1 out at first. Runner does advance to second. And it'll be Dallas Barrera coming to the plate. He walked in his first at-bat. Yeah, because he had the ground ball to third. They threw home. They said he didn't tag him. And then it was the next hitter after that. Huh. And that one's going to be in the dirt. Counts 1-0 with a runner on second. Fouled off and out of play. Counts 1-1. 2 outs and a runner on second. 4-3 the ball game. As I'm still trying to play it around in my head, the sequence of that 4-run first inning for Lovington, and I've got myself confused. So it doesn't matter. They scored 4 runs, and there were some miscues for the Tigers. That's in the dirt. And it kind of what let the inning start to get away from Alamo was when they said he didn't apply the tag with the runner coming home, which should have been a pretty easy second out. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Good fastball there from Copeland. So 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. 2-2. Called strike 3. Got him. And the inning is over. So the Tigers, for the second straight inning, able to keep the Wildcats off the board. And we go to the bottom of the fourth, and Tigers with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. And here in the bottom of the third, trying to see if maybe they can tie it up or take the lead for the first time today. 4-3, Lovington in front. You're listening to Tiger Baseball and Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Looking for a lucky four-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap-to-pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Aiden McGinnis to lead things off for the Tigers, and McGinnis puts a pretty good charge one out to left field, but it's going to be a Sorry about dropping off there, folks. I don't know when it exactly happened, but McGinnis lined out to left field. And the first pitch here to Jaden Ruiz is a 1-0 count. So I figured out the first inning and how that went. I'll tell you here in a second. If you're just joining us, what happened in that 4-run first inning, it's going to be outside 2-0 here to Ruiz. So you have the RBI double that scored the first run, and then the missed tag at home, and then there was a wild pitch that one run scored, and then there was a missed throw in the outfield that brought in another run. There's a wild pitch that'll skip away from the Lovington catcher, but nobody on, so no problem there. Three the count. Brandon Williams also due up in the inning for the Tigers. And this will be fouled off and back to the screen, 3-1. Some good hustle down there by, what was that, Levi Ramirez? To go and get that foul ball, man. He was sprinting. 3-1. That'll skip off the glove into the backstop. And rushing over to first was Ruiz, but Graham was able to get back there in enough time or Quintana, I should say, able to get back there enough time before Ruiz trying to turn the corner. But puts a runner on first, and Brandon Williams to the plate. Grounded out to first in his first at-bat. That ended inning number 1. 4-3 Lovington. If you are just joining us, we're about the bottom of the hour. Almost 7:30 here on a Friday night. Alamogordo Invitational. Runner goes right away, and it'll be easy. See, it goes back to the backstop. And Ruiz will softly turn the corner. Stolen base for him. And 1-0 the count to Williams with 1 out in the inning. 3 games played yesterday here. 3 today. Ground ball right back up the middle. And it goes off the foot and having trouble getting to it. And, boy, hard to call that one an error. I mean, I suppose on the so infield single for Williams. And A.J. Paz with runners on first and second. first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. And down and away. And it's a little bit in the dirt, and Ruiz, who was already had a pretty decent lead, just decided to keep on going and work his way over to third, and so now it's second and third for Alamogordo. As Williams was able to advance as well, takes the double play out of the order. And they'll move the infield in with Lovington. Paz will hit a ground ball to the right side. And a little bit of trouble, and Tigers decide not to get aggressive there and keep the runners where they are, and it'll be 4-3 on the putout. And Keegan Stagner, who already has a double today, will try to come up and get one out to the outfield again. 2 doubles between the 2 games already. And a base hit here will likely scores 2 and gives the Tigers the lead. So a big moment here in this game pretty early on. Blown away, that's the backstop. Run is going to score. So the wild pitches starting to rack up here for Lovington. Oh, the sprinklers came on. Well, at least that didn't happen a second earlier. Well, there's a timer on those, and obviously, I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to turn them off here in a second. There they go. Just got the grass a little bit wet, and then the dirt over behind the bag at first base. Now, thankfully, that it didn't happen when anything was going on in play. That would have affected something. Stagner going to foul that one off his foot into play, and so the count will be 1-1. Williams at third. And the Tigers can still take the lead here, but have fought back after a tough first inning and have found their way back even. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. We are in the bottom of the third inning. And Stagner going to foul it off again, 1-2. So a walk and a single in the inning. But the wild pitches have been really what's sort of moved the merry-go-round around the bases. 1-2 called, strike 3. And the inning is over. So Lovington does give up the 1 run. 1 left on for the Tigers, 1 hit. And we go to the top of the 4th inning, and we're all square now, 4-4 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Home court advantage starts here. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. When it comes to your home mortgage, First National Bank puts a ball in your court with lower rates and reduced fees compared to those out-of-state lenders. We know how important home is to you. Let us help you build your future and celebrate a win for you and your family. Apply online at fnb4u.com or visit us in person.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We are on to the top of the fourth inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and all squared at fours here. 4 for the Wildcats, 4 for the Tigers. Lovington jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the top of the first inning, and the Tigers have found their way back. Here's a bunt attempt that's going to be popped up and not able to get to it, and so it's going to end up being an infield single for Abraham Rodriguez. Certainly not what he intended on the bunt attempt, but it worked out well for him. Copeland did the best he could to get out there to try to make the play, but sometimes you will take what you can get in baseball. And also credit to Rodriguez for hustling up the line at first. As Paul Sanchez will come to the plate, the DH. He grounded out in his first at-bat. And that one comes in, and they're going to call that foul ball. Or no, are they going to call that hit by pitch? I guess my question, he was going out to bunt. Was he offering? It's one of those, if you get hit and you're swinging. Now, no argument from the Alamogordo dugout. Now, Lovington trying to maybe regain the lead here as they get first and second with nobody out on a single, on a bunt attempt, and then a hit batsman. And trying to bunt. And toss on to first will be in time, but they move the runners up to second and third. Well, Thurman was claiming that Copeland didn't touch the bag. Umpire was out in the middle. Couldn't really say. He wasn't close enough to really pick up anything that noticeable from that distance, and I don't think the home plate umpire as well, but this inning moving along exactly the way I'm sure Lovington would want to. Second and third now. And in the dirt, and Phillips, well done to keep that in front of him. Tigers infield is in. Copeland is going to step off and reset. One 0 is going to miss. I guess that was inside. 2-0. Outside, it misses now. 3-0. Not the worst thing if you put the man on here that'd give you a force at any base. And that one comes high and inside, and that's a walk. So yeah, you don't, like I said, you don't necessarily hate that because you get a force at any base now. And Phillips going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Makes the play a little bit easier if you have to go home instead of having to try and apply a tag. If you can get there and get the throw home on a ground ball. So it's on Paredes at the plate now. Ground ball to the left side. This is a tailor-made two. Throw on to first. Second, they get it thrown to first. They got him. 6-4-3. Double killing for the Tigers as they turn it and keep it a 4-4 ball game. Pause to Tupper to Eldred, who had to make a tough scoop at first. And the Tigers turn the Wildcats away. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we're still tied at 4.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap-to-pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Phillips going to try a bunt. He's going to lay down a beauty. So the Tigers catcher comes up and puts down a bunt up the third base line and puts the Tigers with the runner on, and they'll put Jace Thompson on as the courtesy runner. Now, you're used to catchers at the pro and college level maybe not being quite as fast. In high school, most of these kids are all, knees aren't killing them. They're all pretty good runners out there. So that's good stuff there from Phillips, and goes to the top of the order here for the Tigers with a runner on first. Tupper will watch the first one in there for a strike, 0-1. Second hit of the day for Clifford Phillips. Tupper looking to his cheat sheet as Tiger coaches maybe looking for a hit and run here. Going to put down a bunt. Here's the throw to first. They do get the runner. So sack bunt for Tupper. But it puts a runner in scoring position for the Tigers. And Cade Kiss, who has singled and reached on an error, comes to the plate. And Thompson with good speed on a base knock here could give Alamogordo their first lead of the game. Tigers sort of chugged along. They got 2 in the first and 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Trying to keep that trend moving in the right direction here and put themselves in front. Sepulveda with a long look back and drops in a nice breaking ball in for a strike. 0-1. Well, both pitchers haven't been perfect, but they've been solid. And that one's going to get to the backstop as it kicks away. That's been something that has plagued Lovington a little bit in this game. The 1-1. Fouled off and back to the screen, 1-2. Kiss frustrated there as he felt like he could have done more with that instead of just a foul off to the backstop. Infield is in, 1 out. Deep fly ball would most likely score a run. 1-2 is going to miss outside. 2-2. There is some Lovington players that are throwing a ball around in the bullpen. Now, I don't know if that means they're planning on maybe switching things up on the mound or if those guys are just getting a little warm. As this is hit in the air out to left field, this will get down, and it's going to be at least a double for Kiss. We'll see if he tries to push it into a triple. He will not. And he will retreat back to second base. But Cade Kiss with an RBI double, and the Tigers are in front for the first time tonight, 5-4. And Jace Thompson will score on the play. But Clifford Phillips with the bunt single to put him on. And you get another runner in scoring position with Preston Eldred coming to the plate. Double RBI in the first. Struck out in his other at-bat. 5-4, Alamogordo. I think as much as anything, the Tigers being able to keep Lovington off the scoreboard for the last 3 innings has allowed their offense to put them back into this game. The 1-0. Swing and a miss from Eldred is on top of it. 1-1. But with an experienced team like this for the Tigers, they've got so many guys that played a full varsity year last year. Shouldn't be too surprised by it all. And not a super senior-heavy team. I mean, they have seniors in the group, but of the guys that get significant playing time, out of the 9, it's not all of them, you know. Outside. Two-one. That'll be a little bit low. 3-1. You figure Billy Copeland is on the mound, a senior. Aiden Tupper. Runner goes. Pitch misses high. Kiss advances to third. And the Tigers will have runners on first and third. And we'll bring up Aiden McGinnis to the plate with runners on the corners. I'd be surprised if Eldred is working to second base as quickly as possible here. Take that double play out of order. McGinnis will watch this one in the dirt. Stabbed nicely by the catcher. Quintana. Cade Kiss, a senior in this group. Keegan Stagner. Runner goes. Here's a high chopper to third. And that worked out well because the Eldred did his best. He tried to slide in, or McGinnis, I should say, to slide into first, but I think the umpire got that right. He wasn't there in time. And I'm not sure there would have been a play to second base anyway. It was such a high chopper that play developed slowly. But a good throw by the third baseman, Paredes. And Jaden Ruiz will have runners in second and third, try to add on to this Tiger lead now, 5-4. Ruiz will see that one get on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Yeah, there's some of these guys in this Tiger roster that I'm like Eldred, I'm surprised he's not a senior. That one comes inside, and Ruiz gets out of the way of that one, 1-1. One will miss outside. 2-1. Well, actually, I think the umpire said up. But a 2-1 count here with runners on second and third for Ruiz. Here's the pitch. That's down and away now. So 3-1 to Ruiz. ground ball, playable at short. Here's the toss on to first in time. And the Wildcats save 2 runs there as the Tigers will take the lead, but going to feel like they could have had a little bit more there in the bottom of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's the Tigers 5 and the Wildcats 4. This is Tiger Baseball here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Card Suite Lite is a convenient and safe way to manage your cards with your mobile app. Busy lifestyle? No problem. You're in control, making it easy to set alerts and manage your banking on the go. This is Susie with First National Bank. Enroll today.
Member FDIC.
Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it often is. This is AJ from First National Bank. Trust your instincts and stay vigilant to online fraud. Protect yourself from becoming a victim. Think before you act. If you have any concerns, contact your bank for further assistance.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, top of the 5th. And to lead things off here in the inning, Juan Sepulveda, who grounded out in his last at-bat, doubled in a run in his first at-bat, 1 for 2. There's the pitch. That's in the dirt. And 2-0 now as Billy Copeland. Well, is it 2-0 or is it 1-1? I'm confused. I thought that first pitch was a ball, but I don't know. Here comes the pitch. This is hit in the air towards right field. Should drop. And a little bit of trouble out in right field. They're not going to try to string it into a double there. That was not far enough away from the Tigers' right fielder, Ruiz. But a single for Sepulveda. Puts a runner on. They'll put a courtesy on for him. As number 5 for the Wildcats make his way out. And a check swing. I'm going to say he went around on a pitch that was in the dirt. Fidencio Lujan, who's 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice and singled. Tristan Barriga is the pinch runner. And a throw over to first there by Copeland. 0-1 the count to Lujan. And here's one fouled off and out of play. And the count is 0-2. Just a reminder, by the way, we're going to be in Rio Rancho tomorrow for Alamogordo boys basketball as the Tigers face off against Cleveland in the Class 5A state tournament. Tigers the 15 seed, the Storm the number 2 seed. And that one will get going at 4:45 tomorrow. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Copeland. Not a lot of strikeouts for Copeland today. I think that's just his second. As Angel Salas will come to the plate. A couple of ground outs. Do we have sprinklers on again? Are there? I didn't even see any. Gosh, I'm looking out into the field and I don't even see the sprinklers on. Sorry, folks. We got a little frozen there. You haven't missed anything because I think one of the sprinklers or something is going on out in center field. I don't know what's going on. I mentioned in the first game, it's my first baseball game, and I yeah, there's something. I don't know if that's the. I see somebody out in center field doing something. It's really far away. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't put my binoculars back in my bag from the from football season. So, unfortunately, we're at a little bit of a stop here. So I don't know if they're like putting down dirt because the sprinkler came on or what exactly is going on. Yeah, there was somebody out there with a flashlight working on something out there. I don't know if he was out in the field while the game was actually going on, because I didn't see anybody run out there initially. Well, and then they let play go. They're still walking out there in the field to play. It's so weird. Runner's going to advance to second on a stolen base as the pitch misses low. Well, hopefully nothing gets hit out there in that direction. They are working their way along the warning track out in the outfield. Salas at the plate. Runner on second now after the stolen base by the pinch runner, or the courtesy runner. And that's going to miss outside. 2-0 to Salas. Salas is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today. Yeah, so I think one's the groundskeeper and one must be one of the security guards. And that's low and away. Phillips able to snag that out of the dirt. 3-0. One down, top of the fifth. A 5-4 lead for the Alamogordo Tigers. As Copeland comes set from the belt. Called strike. There was kind of a delayed call there. I don't think that I don't think that the hitter necessarily thought it was too far inside. I think he just didn't hear a call, so he tossed the bat, so he has to get it back. I believe this is 3-1. Ground ball left side, and a little bit of trouble for Williams. It's going to deflect towards the outfield, and unfortunately for the Tigers, rushed in second on an E5. Williams. And so Dallas Barrera coming to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Reached on a walk in the first inning and then struck out in the second inning. but an opportunity to, at minimum, pull his team back even in the top of the 5th inning. Tigers will play it the middle. Playing a little bit closer is Eldred. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Called strike on the first pitch, 0-1. Second game of our double dip this evening. Tigers beat the Russell Warriors 10-2. And are trying to win both games here early on in the Alamogordo tournament as this is fouled off and out of play, 0-2. Copeland looks in. Good waste 5 in the last inning. And here's a chopper that will go foul at the first base line. And we'll keep the count at 1-2. Abraham Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. He's got a hit today. Back into the box, Pereira. Copeland comes set from the stretch. Called strike 3, and Pereira back to the dugout. Two down, and Abraham Rodriguez will come to the plate, pop out in a single. Runners on first and second still for the Wildcats, so still a fine opportunity to try to either tie it or regain the lead. Here's the pitch from Copeland. That's right in there for a strike. 0-1. 0-1. That one's sweeping across the zone from the hitters left to right. Copeland set. Here's the pitch. That's outside, maybe a bit high. Count evens up at 1. Single and an error has got runners on first and second. But Copeland's got a couple of strikeouts as well. And has got it on 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got the hitter in front of it. Good breaking ball from Copeland. 1-2. Copeland with a long look in. His right hand dangles down. Now he comes set. Here's a high. And that is going to be caught in left field. What a nice play. Couldn't really see it there for a second, but Aiden McGinnis makes the long run, and he will make the grab. And the inning is over. So the Wildcats leave a couple on, and Alamogordo maintains their lead 5-4. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th inning. Coming up next here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger. See you at the game.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Almost Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the Tigers will lead off this inning and get a base hit to lead things off. As Brandon Williams sends one out to right field and picks up his first. Brandon Williams picks up his second hit of the day. So the Tigers put a runner on to start. Wildcats, Juan Sepulveda continues on the mound. And it's a hit and run. And that kept the double play from being in order as Paz hit a ground ball to the right side. Probably would have been a difficult double play, but certainly could have happened. And so Williams moves up to second. 3 unassisted on the play. And Keegan Stagner, who's got a double tonight, will come up to the plate. Do a final score for you in the state tournament as Tularosa girls basketball lost to Crown Point tonight. Final score there, 52-39, as the 11 seed comes up just a bit short. But congrats to the Lady Cats on a great season. Counts 0-1 here to Stagner. And pitch missed inside, 1-1. For a second it hit Stagner, but not the case. And this one will kick to the backstop and get away. Catcher's not sure where it is. And for just a second, Williams was going to come home, but I think he'd been out there. And so wild pitch moves the runner up to third. And so Stagner now with a deep fly ball could give the Tigers another run here. This is a pop-up back behind home plate, and it'll be the second strike. And a ground ball, and that one will get over the shortstop into the outfield for a base hit as they had moved the infield in just on the infield grass, and that is going to be an RBI single, and the Tigers have a 2-run lead, 6-4. Stagner with 4 RBIs between the 1 and 9. And that'll be in there for a strike. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And 1-2 now to Phillips. Pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. One out, and the bottom of the fifth inning, Tigers with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Wildcats had all their runs in the top of the first inning. And Phillips gets into that pretty good, but he's going to send it well foul and out of play. And the count will stay 2-2. I'm trying to think, do we have anything else outside of Thule girls and Alamogordo baseball today? I know there's track and field. Alamogordo and Cloudcroft, both over at Carlsbad today. Now, Thule track and field was in Artesia yesterday, or was scheduled to be at least. In the dirt, 3-2. So Phillips has worked it full. So runner on first, stay in a full count. Phillips will swing and miss, but it's going to get away to the backstop, and Phillips is going to get to first. No, wait. Why did they call him out? Huh. Maybe they called the interference with him on the catcher? He swung and missed. And for some reason, Phillips is out there. I'm not totally sure. I guess because the runner was at first. No, it shouldn't have been because the runner was at first. I know, it's weird. Anyway, misses outside. Strike out for Phillips as Aiden Tupper comes to the plate. 2 down and a runner on second. Tigers still with a chance to add on to the lead. And this is a ground ball to short. Should be an easy play, and it is. 6-3 on the putout, and the inning is over. So we're through 5 complete. The Tigers add on another run. RBI single from Keegan Stagner scored Brandon Williams. And Alamogordo leads 6-4 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We go to the top of the 6th. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap-to-pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Going to the top of the 6th inning here with the Tigers leading 6-4 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Again, Tularosa girls basketball fell at Crown Point tonight in the Class 3A girls state tournament. First round final score of 52-39 is it's a high pop-up to shallow left field. And coming on and making the for the Tigers is Aiden McGinnis. Now it's Paul Sanchez flying out. And a quick first out for Billy Copeland, who has by no means been dominant, but it's been effective. Hasn't allowed a run since the first inning. And has given up only 4 total hits. As it's in the dirt on the first offering to Thurman. 0-1. Or, sorry, 1-0. Can you tell I haven't done baseball in a while? It's been about a year. Swing and a miss after Thurman takes a big hack at it. 1-1 to count. Thurman, a couple of walks and sacrifice bunt, so they haven't gotten him out yet today. And the 1-1 will miss. 2-1. Trying to drop that in there for a strike, but actually sneak through the legs of Phillips to the backstop, but nobody on. No rush to get back to that baseball, and here comes a 3-1 pitch. This is popped up to right field, and Ruiz. Boy, that looked adventurous there for a second. Ruiz kind of went forward, went back. He's kind of recreating it now, but he made the catch. It didn't look necessarily routine, but he made the play. And 2 routine outs. He made like a jab step forward, then a jab step back, and then he made the catch kind of up at his shoulder. So, it just looked awkward from up here. Pitching this low to Jude Madrid. Madrid has reached twice on a hit batsman and a walk. Struck out in his other at-bat. And that one goes off his helmet. And I'm always amazed at these guys. I mean, that wasn't a fastball or anything, but that's still, you're taking a baseball off the noggin, and it deflected almost all the way to the Alamogordo dugout. Can't have felt good. I know I wouldn't have been excited to, even right now, I wouldn't have been excited for that. So, but he reaches again on a hit batsman, and I know Lovington will take base runners here as Auden Paredes comes to the plate. Toss over to first. He is grounded into 2 fielder's choices and then grounded into a double play. Tigers don't need 2 here. We'll see if Madrid is trying to advance to second. Well hit, but well foul as that goes up the first base side. 0-1. We got 3 state tournament games tomorrow. 1 here in the area. Number 2 Tularosa is hosting number 15 West Las Vegas in boys basketball. It's a 3A state tournament. 2A is Mescalero Apache at Pecos. Both those games start at 6. And then, of course, Alamogordo in the 5A state tournament at Cleveland. That game starts at 5. Toss over to first. And Eldred applies the tag, but runner back in time. 0-1 here to Paredes. Curious to see if Copeland will get the chance to finish out this game if he gets out of this inning with no further adventure, or if they bring somebody in to close it. That one, this is outside, and well done by Phillips to get a glove to that. He was having to make a pretty good reach to do that. Could have easily gotten to the backstop. 1-1. Copeland again misses outside. 2-1. Alamogordo tennis in action today. I don't know if I'll get any results on that one, but or at least tonight. I'll have to reach out and see if I can get that. 2-1. Swing and a miss. And a good breaking ball there from Copeland, and it evens up the count at 2-2. And if this is his last inning, I'm sure he'd like to get out of it with some style here. Runner on first and 2 down. Big off throw to first. Apply the tag, but runner was back in time. It was pretty close. Good pickoff move from Copeland. And he comes set. Fouled off and back to the screen as Paredes will get a piece of it. Juan Sepulveda would love to get a chance to come up with a couple runners on here. So Sepulveda's got 2 hits today, and like I said, he's hitting really well coming into this game. So it's a big out here for the Tigers to not allow the cleanup hitter for Lovington to come up. I wonder if you even pitch to him, to be honest. 2-2 in the dirt. Phillips able to keep that in front of him, but the count's full now, 3-2. Runner going to go. I don't think it matters because it's a walk. Yeah, it really, I mean, he ends up running over there to second, and they try to apply the tag, but I think with it being a walk, it's sort of an is what it is sort of thing. See Coach Nathan Winrow come out, and I don't know if this will be a pitching change or if they will give Copeland a chance to try to finish it out here. At least the inning. Tiger infield will come in and continue with the meeting. Yeah, I just don't know how aggressive you want to be here against Sepulveda. He did get him to ground out, but single-double in his other 2 at-bats. So I think you try to get him to chase something, and again, not the worst thing if you load the bases, but Lujan has a single as well, that 5 spot. But the Tigers don't seem to be, because they can, obviously with a intentional walk, you can just send them in high school baseball, softball. You don't actually have to throw the 4 pitches. That's in there for a strike as it hits the inside corner. And the count's 0-1. Good pitch there from Copeland. Difficult for that right-handed hitter to do something with that. I kind of have to almost golf swing it to try to get to it. The 0-1. That one comes up and in, 1-1. Sepulveda having to get out of the way of that. Top of 6, Tigers leading 6-4. Lovington trying to pull this back a little bit closer. Copeland going to spin and force the runners back. Pitch will miss outside, and the count 2-1 now on Sepulveda. Now this one far from in the bag for the Tigers. 4 outs to a doubleheader sweep, but tension turned up here a little bit. That's in the dirt. Just kind of scooted away from Phillips, but runners won't go anywhere. 3-1. Copeland will miss that one just a little bit high. And that will do it. So I think Copeland was probably up to his pitch count there, would be my guess. So hit batsman and a couple of walks here in the inning for Copeland. Has loaded the bases, and the Tigers will have a new pitcher when we come back. Bases loaded with 2 outs when we return here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
This is AJ from First National Bank. Tax scammers are active. The IRS and First National will never call or text for your personal information. Don't click refund links. Use strong passwords and report any suspicious account activity to your bank.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan that special vacation, those home improvements, or simply pay off high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap to pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Lovington has tied the game up on a 2 RBI single. As I think we had a pinch hitter. There's Angel Salas 0-2 as he swings and misses. Still runners on first and second. Or was that Lujan? Yeah, I think it was Lujan. I take that back. I heard the PA and I was like, that sounded like a different name. Well, we're tied up at 6. Levi Ramirez, the new pitcher, gave up the RBI single. 2 RBI single. And that one's in the dirt, and it'll get to the backstop as the runners advance to second and third now. So 1-2 now. Salas 0 for 3, an error, 2 groundouts today. But a base hit here, and he can put Lovington back in front. I'll be in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Ramirez will step back after coming set and will go through his routine again here. And he's ready to go with the 2-2. Swing and a miss as he went after one in the dirt, and Ramirez will hold on, or at least not let the Wildcats grab the lead, but Lovington does get 2 in the inning, and it's 6-6. Tigers will have to try to regain that lead. They've scored a run, at least a run in every inning. We'll see if they can keep that going in the bottom of the 6th and try to be able to close it out in the top of the 7th. 6-6 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll be back after this here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Banking should be personal. It's the comfort of being greeted by name, celebrating life's milestones, and staying connected to what matters most. Because when your bank truly knows you, you're never just another transaction. We're proud to support you on your financial journey and serve in the communities we call home. First National Bank, where community and commitment come together. Stop in today and experience the difference.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Lovington making some defensive changes, but they're staying with their pitcher, Sepulveda. Cade Kiss will be to the plates. Preston Eldred and Aiden McGinnis all coming up. As the home plate umpire still adjusting his lineup sheet, and I'm sure going to go over to tell the Tigers what all the lineup changes will be, or the defensive. I'd like to tell you, but unfortunately, they don't relay that stuff up to us here in the press box. Some umpires do, not all of them, which is fine. I mean, the people down in the field are the ones that really need to know. So. Kiss coming to the plate, 2 for 3, double single RBI, and a run scored for the Tiger center fielder. So he'll probably pitch tomorrow, you'd expect. As here comes the first offering to him. And it's going to come in and hit him. So Kiss will get on the base pass. And the possible winning run, or at least the leading run. Tigers will still have to do something in the top of the 7th inning, but so Eldred will come up. He's got a double and an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout in his 3 tries. And you have to imagine Kiss is going to be thinking about going to second, as that pitch is outside. Not on that first pitch, though. 1-0 the count. Runner goes in the dirt and to the backstop. Kiss thought about turning the corner and going to third, but he'll get up to second. I'll give him the stolen base because he was pretty much already there. And a 2-0 count now. And a ground ball to the left side. Snag cleanly. Look over to second, keep the runner there, and Eldred will ground out on a 5-3 putout. So it's 1 down, and Aiden McGinnis to the plate. McGinnis, a sac fly RBI. A line out and a ground out. And another one where I wouldn't be surprised if Kiss is trying to get to third base here. Tigers have been pretty aggressive on the base pass between the 2 games. I think they had 8 stolen bases in the first game. Kiss does not go. It doesn't matter. He won't have to try and steal. Kiss moves to third. As you get a wild pitch, as that'll go to the backstop. 1-0 to McGinnis, and now the infield comes in, and the Tigers, with a base hit or a long fly ball for McGinnis, they can retake the lead. Infield moving very in, maybe thinking about a suicide squeeze play. McGinnis will line this foul, though, up the first base side, and the count will be 1-1. A 1-1 count with 1 out and a runner on third. Hit by a pitch for Kiss, then he stole second and moved to third on a wild pitch. They'll make a pickoff throw to third. As Kiss have a little bit of a lead. Backing out of the base path. And hard hit, base hit. Run will score. And McGinnis puts the Tigers back in front, 7-6. RBI single for the Tiger cleanup hitter. So after 2 runs in the top half, Tigers keep that line of runs on the scoreboard going. They scored 2 in the first inning and have scored a run in each of the last 5 innings and have retaken the lead, but they would certainly love to have some insurance going to the top of the 7th. And Jaden Ruiz will come to the plate looking for his second hit. He went around on a check swing, and so 0-1. He walked and scored in the third. Picked up a couple stolen bases there, and then a ground out. Ruiz shows bunt and gets out of the way as that pitch came in on him. 1-1. Runner on first and 1 down. Tigers have retaken the lead 7-6 after Lovington scored 2 runs in the top half. Run goes. Pitch is in there for a called strike. It's going to get away from the catcher. We'll give McGinnis the stolen base. And so 1-2 now to Ruiz with a runner in scoring position. And in the dirt, and that's to the backstop again. And so the runner moves up to third. And so now a sacrifice fly could possibly put a runner in for the Tigers, or another wild pitch for that matter. 2-2 the count. The wild pitches have really hurt Lovington in this game. They've had, it's got to be up on double digits. And in tough situations as well. 2-2. In the dirt, and it's to the backstop. And here comes the run to score. So again, a run scores. And the Tigers lead 8-6. It's 3-2, or 3-2, the count to Ruiz. But really 3 straight pitches that got away from the catcher. I mean, and you could argue, these aren't ones that are so far away from the catcher that he can't get to it, but it's certainly not an easy play for the catcher. It's one of those, do you put that on the pitcher, you put it on the catcher? It's probably a combination. Ruiz will foul this one up the first base side, but Tigers get back both those runs they gave up in the top half, so they're back to a 2-run lead. I'm sure in their mind they'll say, no reason to stop there. Bringing in that foul ball from the outfield, and instead of going to the backstop, they're going to just leave that there. One of the Tiger hitter is going to get it, or one of the bench players, I should say. So here comes a 3-2 again to Ruiz. And he'll hit one to the left side. That'll be snagged at short. Toss on to first. A long stretch. And being able to hold the bag. Well done by Salas. And a good throw by Madrid, the shortstop. So it's 6-3 on the putout. 2 down, and Brandon Williams will come up. 2 for 3 for him today. Run scored. Stolen base. But the Tigers rally back after giving up a lead in the top half. As the pitch is fouled off by Williams, 0-1. One is a swing and a miss, 0-2. Wildcats will have bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up. There's some work going on in the Alamogordo bullpen as they'll skip to the backstop. 1-2, not a pitch, and thankfully for Lovington, nothing that hurts them there. So I wonder if they think about going back to Jackson Cole again. to close out the game. This would be a save opportunity for him. Or does Levi Ramirez come back on to try to finish it off? One-two is a ground ball right to the pitcher. Kicks up high off his glove. Still could be a play, but no. Williams will get to first. Infield single for Williams. And A.J. Paz will come to the plate. Paz looking for his first hit. A couple of ground outs and a pop out today. And what Lovington really does not want in this at-bat is any more wild pitches just to put a runner in a scoring position. Williams is fast, though, so he's going to be going, I'm sure, early. As that pitch misses inside, 1-0. Does not go on that pitch. And a high chopper to the left side. Going to be a tough play, and it's going to just skip off the glove of the third baseman. Even if he gets to that, that's just one of those, I mean, what do you do? That's, so high up in the air and trying to get to it and then make a throw on the run. Auden Paredes, that's difficult for a third baseman. So infield single for Paz. And Keegan Stagner, who's got 2 hits and an RBI today, single-double, can give Alamogordo just a little bit more breathing room outs here. They lead 8-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a ground ball hit hard, but easy play this time for Paredes. And he'll step on the bag. But the Tigers have the lead. And it looks like Levi Ramirez will be the one to try to come out and finish this out for the Tigers. As we go to the top of the 7th on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Tigers lead 8-6. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Their first strike on the first pitch here of the top of the 7th inning as Levi Ramirez comes back out. And it's a pinch hitter here for Lovington as that'll get to the backstop. 1-1. So it's number 9 for the Wildcats. And then to the backstop again. 8-6, by the way, your score here in the top of the 7th. I think it's 2-1. Or are we at 1-2? Called strike 3, and it was 1-2. And gets them looking. So it'll be Abraham Rodriguez, number 17, to the plate. Ramirez will get that one in over for a strike, 0-1. Ramirez, a quick worker here, already sending one. It's 0-2. Ramirez set. Low and away, 1-2. Rodriguez doesn't chase. By the way, that was Jonah Wood leading off the inning and striking out. Breaking ball called, strike 3. What a curveball from Ramirez. That was a great pitch. Two strikeouts in a row, and Ramirez an out away from closing this one out. As Paul Sanchez, the DH, will come to the plate. That one will come inside on him. 1-0. So I believe the Tigers would play Valencia tomorrow if they win this game. But we do know the game will happen at 3 o'clock. And that'll miss a bit high. 2-0. Well, 3-0 now, and Ramirez in danger of losing his man here. He'll take a grab of the rosin bag before he throws his next pitch. Yeah, it's a 4-pitch walk. So after 2 pretty dominant at-bats there, walks him on 4 straight, and back to the top of the order for Lovington. And Peyton Thurman, his 5th at-bat. 2 walks, a sac bunt, and a pop-out. And this is hit out to left field. That's going to be a base hit. So base knock, and the runner advances to third on the play. They're going to try to go to second. Oh, do not get him. Boy, that was pretty close. I think they might have gotten him at second, but now we're a base hit away from this game being tied. Bang, bang play. So Jude Madrid will come up, and a base hit from him, and we could be back square here. Ramirez into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. So a walk and a single, which extended to a double on the throw from the infield or throw from the outfield. 0-1 is a ground ball chopped, and Ramirez has got himself ahead in the count, 0-2. Tigers a strike away. They'll take a quick grab of the rosin bag again. And here comes the 0-2. Oh, and he hit him. Boy, that hurts to lose a man after getting up at Camden count 0-2 and then surrendering a hit batsman. Force hit any base now, though. And Auden Paredes will come to the plate. He's grounded to a couple of fielder's choices, a double play, and a walk. Boy, it looked like it was going to be a pretty easy inning for the Tigers, and walk, single, hit by pitch, and all of a sudden the bases are loaded. Still an 8-6 lead for Alamogordo. Ball's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Paredes back in. And he checks swing. The ball kicked away, but went to the left of Phillips, and he'll get there in plenty of time, so the runners will go back. Count evens at 1-1. Phillips trying to clear some dirt out of his eye, it looks like. One and one the count with the bases loaded and 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Called strike. Yeah, I think that one was probably a bit high. Arguably outside. One and 2. Foul tipped as it went to the backstop and kept the at-bat alive. Still 1 and 2. ready to go. Ramirez into his motion. Here's the pitch. Base hit to the right side. 1 run scores. Here comes the throw home. They will hold the runner. So a good throw by Ruiz. Kept the tying run from scoring. And I think the concern here for the Tigers is Sepulveda comes to the plate now. Crazy how this inning has spiraled for the Tigers. They got 2 quick outs and gave up a 4-pitch walk. And then it was a single on the very next pitch. Ramirez was ahead in the count 0-2 to Madrid and hit him with a pitch. And then the single there brings in a run. And Lovington's got their best hitter at the plate. Bases are still loaded. And I think that was the smart move, by the way, by the third base coach for Lovington to not send the runner there knowing who you have coming up. Throw was not on the mark, so maybe you score the run, but I think you get this guy a chance to hit the ball. He's going to foul the first one off and out of play. 0-1. And so Sepulveda back into the box. The 0-1. That'll be low. Count evens at 1. That was the other part about it is you can't pitch around him because tie the ball game. 8-7, Tigers in front. Top of the 7th. 1-1. Ground ball to third. That's through. Run will score. We are tied, and now the run will come in, and it will be a lead for Lovington. 2 RBI single. And the Tigers give up 3 runs here in the top of the 7th, and Lovington leads 9-8. Now the Tigers have rallied once, but we'll see. As Lujan will come to the plate. Pitch comes inside. And 1-0 the count. Tigers in the bottom of the 7th. They'll have their bottom of the order due up. Chopper to third. Toss on to first. Not in time. Well, we've got the field umpire and the home plate umpire going to talk things over. And it was close play at first. And a 2-man umpiring crew. Obviously, you don't have somebody right on the bag at first base. So an infield single. And here's the pitch from Ramirez. Base is loaded, and that's a balk, isn't it? Oh, no, time was called. Okay. He didn't throw the pitch because I think the umpire, I don't know if he had called time or as the pitch misses high. So it's the 9th hitter of the inning. And I think the amazing thing, this has all happened with 2 outs. 2 strikeouts to begin, and everything has happened with 2 outs after that. 2-0. So it's been, I mean, you got to say, it's been a little bit of an implosion here for the Tigers. Walk, single, hit by pitch, single, single, single. Softly hit ground ball foul up the first base side, 2-1. Now the Tigers will have another opportunity. And they've done a nice job of rallying in this game. I think the question is for Lovington. Can Sepulveda continue to pitch or swing and a miss? May have gotten a foul tip on it. He did, 2-2. I think that would be the question for Lovington is what's the pitching situation for them? 2-2. Low and outside, 3-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss and struck him out. Now Ramirez doesn't allow it to get any further away, so it'll just be a one-run lead for Loving to the bottom of the 7th. Can the Tigers rally again? Fell behind 4-0, pulled ahead 6-4, game tied up 6-6, retook the lead 8-6, now behind 9-8 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap to pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
The Tigers unable to close out the game in the top of the 7th and find themselves trailing 9-8 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Wildcats 4 runs in the first, Tigers 2 runs in the first, and then Alamo would score a run each in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th innings to find themselves in front 6-4. They would give up 2 runs in the top of the 6th. They would score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So an 8-6 lead then for the Tigers, but now 9-8 as Lovington will bring on Auden Paradis to try and close this one out, the righty. And I think it's just a straight switch as he moves from third to pitcher. And Sepulveda will go from pitcher to third. So Phillips will come to the plate. And then it'll be Tupper. And so Clifford Phillips will come up, and then it'll be Cade Kiss after that. Phillips has singled twice. His courtesy runner has scored, and he's going to get hit right away. So the winning or the tying run is on the base paths now. And they'll probably bring Thompson on to run for him. So the Tigers put a runner on. And it'll be Aiden Tupper to the plate. Still looking for his first hit. He's put down a sacrifice bunt. Wouldn't be surprised if he's bunting here. I think maybe you wait to see a pitch or two before you try that. But he swings and misses at the first one, 0-1. Yeah, I would say both teams probably had opportunities to really take control of this game throughout the whole run of it, and neither of them did. Of a fake throw over from Paradis. Tupper will watch that one miss low. And the count evens up at 1-1. Winning run at the plate, tying run at first. Out of the stretch, runner goes. Hit high in the air to left center field, and it was caught out there in left center field by Not sure who caught it. I don't know if it was the center fielder or left fielder. Now the left fielder has gone down. I think he's cramping. Pretty good contact from Tupper, but just need just a little bit more either on it or to not get under it quite as much. So the fielder for Lovington getting checked out by one of the coaches, but they were just stretching him out. So I think just a cramp. It's not hot by any means, but sometimes that doesn't matter if you're you didn't hydrate the way that you needed to. Now Cade Kiss, who has got 2 hits, single, double, RBI, reached on an error, reached on a hit by pitch, run scored. And the Tigers going right into their heart of their order, so. And now I see Devin Brown, the Tigers' athletic trainer, walking his way out that direction as they continue to work with the Lovington fielder that was a little banged up after that play. Well, he may have. Yeah, I think there's one player that's still down. There's another one still kind of limping. I don't know if Lovington's going to have to make a switch here. No, I take it back. I think there's one on a knee. He's okay. I think it's the other player. So, and he may have just pulled something. It may not have been a. May not be a cramping issue. It may just be that. He on the run, pulled the hamstring, pulled the quad, did something that gave him some discomfort. They're still stretching out his left leg. So, all right, we'll go ahead and taking a little bit of time here, and Tigers will have a runner on first with 1 out, and Cade Kiss to the plate. We'll be back here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Starts here. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. When it comes to your home mortgage, First National Bank puts a ball in your court with lower rates and reduced fees compared to those out-of-state lenders. We know how important home is to you. Let us help you build your future and celebrate a win for you and your family. Apply online at fnb4u.com or visit us in person.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Looking for a lucky 4-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap-to-pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Cade Kiss ready to go now. The left fielder for, again, I assume it was left fielder. I don't know if it was left fielder or the center fielder, to be honest. But he ended up having to come out of the game, not able to put much weight on one of his legs. So wish the best for him. Runner goes. Throw out to second. Not close. A little bit of trouble in the outfield, but Tigers put the runner in scoring position. Did they call that a... It's 0-1 on the scoreboard, but they didn't call that a strike, did they? Seemed like that missed inside. I'm not sure. Umpire didn't give a call there, so I'm going to assume 0-1 is the correct call. Kiss going to send this out to left center field. That's down. That's going to easily score the run. Kiss is going to be on his way to second. He may try to go to third. He will. He is still on his way there. Here's the throw in, not in time. RBI triple for Cade Kiss. And the Tigers have tied it up and are a sac fly or a base hit away from winning this ball game. Preston Eldred will come up with a chance to send the fans home happy. Eldred with a double back in the first inning, strikeout, walk, and a ground out in his next 3 at-bats. Paredes, who's coming in relief, into his motion. Here's a soft little pop-up. I think that'll get down. It will. That'll get beyond the outfield, and Eldred with the walk-off RBI single, and the Tigers win it 10-9. Tigers rally for the 3rd time in this game, and they're able to win it. And they will advance, I believe, I don't know if it's the championship game or what you call it, but it's the last game of the day tomorrow here at the Alamogordo Invitational. But rally in the bottom of the 7th, down by a run, and the Tigers win it 10-9. We'll come back and wrap it up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. You're listening to Tiger Baseball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Card Suite Lite is a convenient and safe way to manage your cards with your mobile app. Busy lifestyle? No problem. You're in control, making it easy to set alerts and manage your banking on the go. This is Susie with First National Bank. Enroll today.
Member FDIC.
Remember, if something seems too good to be true, it often is. This is AJ from First National Bank. Trust your instincts and stay vigilant to online fraud. Protect yourself from becoming a victim. Think before you act. If you have any concerns, contact your bank for further assistance.
First National Bank, member FDIC.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Looking for a lucky four-leaf clover? Check out OFCU's Visa Platinum credit card that offers a low intro rate on purchases and balance transfers for 12 months. Plus, tap-to-pay convenience and buy now, pay later installment options. Now that's a pot of gold worth finding. Apply online today. Visit www.oterofcu.org. 13.96% to 18% APR after 12 billing cycles based on credit worthiness. All loans subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Installment payments available after intro rate expires. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hello, Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Tigers get the win 10-9 and get a doubleheader sweep today. They beat Ruidoso 10-2. Tigers fell behind 4-0 in the first inning of this game and chipped away and tied it up 4-4 in the bottom of the third. Took the lead 5-4 in the fourth and the fifth. Wait, yeah, in the in the fourth inning they took the lead. The fifth inning they extended it 6-4, lost the lead and went to 6-6. In the top of the sixth, they would retake the lead in the bottom of the sixth inning at 8-6, and then they gave up 3 runs in the top of the seventh, so down 9-8. But they get 2 runs and win it on Preston Eldredge's RBI single. Cade Kiss had an RBI triple just before that, and the Tigers come away with the victory tonight and improve to 4-1 on the season now, and will play in the championship game tomorrow at 3. Believe it'll be against Valencia. I know they were talking about maybe moving some games around there because it's kind of a round robin tournament. So, but do know for sure that they will be playing at 3 p.m. tomorrow, or as soon as the second game finishes up. So come on by and check that out. Looks like another beautiful weather day tomorrow. So see what happens there. All right. For the Tigers, ended up being 5 2/3 innings pitched for Billy Copeland. 4 strikeouts, gave up 4 runs, ended up surrendering, let's see, I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks, a couple of hit batsmen in that game. And then Levi Ramirez came in with an inning and a third, 5 hits, 4 Ks, 5 runs scored. On the hitting side of things for Alamogordo, 3 of 4 for Cade Kiss, double, triple, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Preston Eldred was 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Aiden McGinnis with an RBI and went 2 RBIs, and went 1 for 3. Jaden Ruiz was 1 for 3 with a run scored, a couple of stolen bases, a walk, and a single. Brandon Williams went 3 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. A.J. Paz was 1 for 4 with a single. Keegan Stagner. And let me see here. Cade Kiss actually had 2 runs. And then Clifford Phillips ended up with 2 singles. His courtesy runner scored 2 runs. He also reached on a hit by pitch, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where am I missing a run here? I think Brandon Williams has got 2 runs. Yeah, that's right. No. I'm sorry. Cade has 3 runs. That's what I messed up on. Looking through my score sheet here and messing things up all over the place. Sorry about that, y'all. But a good day for the Tigers. They found themselves even with Ruidoso for a good portion of that game. It was 2-2 but pulled away in the late innings. And then today just had to keep battling back, falling behind 4-0, tied 6-6, falling behind 9-8, and every time we're able to come away with a rally and get the win. So kudos to this Tiger baseball team. That's a solid victory, and we'll see what they can do tomorrow. See if they can go 3-0 here at their home tournament and get themselves to 5-1 on the season. That'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. And we'll be back with Tiger basketball tomorrow. So we will not have the Tiger baseball game tomorrow. We're making the trip up to Rio Rancho for the 5A state tournament matchup between the Tigers and the Cleveland Storm. And we'll be on the air at 4:45 with that one. Again, the Tigers baseball plays at 3 o'clock tomorrow here in Alamogordo. So encourage you to come on out and watch that one. And what else we got going on? I know the Tiger Cheer is hosting their competition tomorrow. I think I heard they're performing at 11:45 and 1:20, I think is what I heard, for their two performances. So best of luck to them. Tularosa is also going to be there as well. So best of luck to both those cheer teams. Tularosa boys basketball at home tomorrow as they face off against West Las Vegas. That game starts at 6. 6 o'clock start time for Mescalero Apache boys basketball up at Pecos. And Tularosa girls basketball did lose tonight to Crown Point 52-39. Ended up being the final there as the Eagles got the win over the Wildcats. We'll hopefully have some track and field results up for you guys tomorrow for Alamogordo and Cloudcroft. And I need to check and see if the results from Artesia are up from Tularosa yesterday, so might have those up tonight on our Facebook page. And Alamogordo Tennis, I know, is also in action this weekend as well. So, all right, that is going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Tigers win 10-2 over Ruidoso, 10-9 over Lovington. And we'll talk to y'all tomorrow from Rio Rancho as the Alamogordo boys basketball team takes on the Cleveland Storm. Have a great night, everybody.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy skies. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 39. Cloudcroft, an overnight low of 25. For Saturday, mostly sunny, mostly clear tomorrow night. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 68.